Hey everyone, Derek here, and boy have we gotten a lot of ratings for unannounced Switch 2 games in the last few days, and in fact even ratings for games that we do know about, so theoretically a lot of these games are coming soon. But what's on the docket? Well, first up, and the most recent, is that in Taiwan, Starfield has been rated for the Switch 2, which isn't too much of a surprise, but also isn't that exciting. I've not heard a lot of great things about Starfield on other platforms. It seemed to have a bit of a non-start there, but if you're in for space exploration, I suppose that's an option, and well, it's another game for the Switch 2. Perhaps more exciting is Guardians of the Galaxy, which by all accounts is a really good game that just never sold that well. So this is a great second chance for it for Nintendo owners who just missed out on it the first time and heard a lot of great things, and hopefully this will be another great version. We can also hope the same for Diablo 4, as that has been rated for the Switch 2 as well, which is quite interesting because we just got Overwatch on the Switch 2, and well, the performance upgrade isn't exactly that impressive, but maybe they'll put in more effort for Diablo 4. What's honestly really interesting is that in the past, Blizzard talked about bringing Diablo 4 to the Switch 2 and decided that, yeah, it could easily handle the game. It was built on last-gen hardware. There should be no issue in bringing it there. But they had the odd comment in that the challenge to bring Diablo 4 to the Switch 2 is less around the hardware and just about how, well, live services on the Switch have been challenging in the past. I don't know what they mean about that. Other live service games seem to do fine on Switch 2 unless they're indicating that Switch owners never really spent much on Diablo 3. I don't know what they're on about there, but nevertheless, Diablo 4 has been rated for the Switch 2, so that's another feather in Nintendo's cap as far as just having more content out there for people to check out. But personally, what I find most exciting about this recent ratings board extravaganza is Unbeatable being rated in Germany for not just the Switch 2, but all consoles, Xbox and PlayStation, which is really great. This is a game I was always interested in checking out. I saw it on Steam, I just missed my chance in picking it up, and did want to try it at some point. And I am more of a console gamer. This seems like a better fit for the Switch 2 in general, at least for me, and I think I'd really like to check it out. So it coming to consoles at some point? Great. It was always going to happen, but it's good to know that it's perhaps happening soon. So congrats to that team for having that happen, and it's definitely one to check out. Always had a great style. But speaking of Nintendo themselves, as far as rating boards are concerned, well, both Splatoon and Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave have been rated recently, which could indicate that we're pretty close to releases for both those games. In fact, they both make sense as far as summer releases to really round out their Switch 2 lineup over the summer and get people excited for those next sets of games. And with all these ratings happening, it almost makes you wonder if there's going to be a partner direct at some point. We still don't know about a first-party direct where Nintendo gets to be the focus, but a partner direct announcing Diablo and Unbeatable and Starfield and showing off that, hey, Splatoon and Fire Emblem are coming out soon might be in the cards. It's hard to say. Nintendo could also just be like, well, here it is. No big deal. Hey, it's out now for the Switch 2. Check it out if you want. Good on you. But who knows, as we get further into the year, Nintendo might finally start advertising more of what's coming out beyond Tomodachi Life. We got a release date for Rhythm Heaven, and Yoshi's coming soon, so the games that we know about are coming soon. It's good to get some news on what's known but not dated yet, and hopefully get some other new games that we don't know about and can look forward to. So while the quality of the games rated does range a bit, it is good to see Nintendo continue to garner that third-party support and get more modern games onto the system. Whether or not you're invested in them is up to you, obviously, but there they are. So of the games rated here, which ones are you most excited for? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to GVG and ring that bell for much more on the Switch 2 and any game that might be coming to it. We'll give it a look-see as best we can. So thank you all so much, and until next time, bye.